Well, for me, the secret of my weight loss is no real secret. It's just a slight change in lifestyle and trying to eat a breakfast every morning. Actually, I've been succeeding quite well. And if it's not a full breakfast, which for me is usually a bowl of cereal with maybe one or two toast, multigrain, um, or eggs with toast, and it goes along with jam or preserves or whatever I have available. It's at least a small glass of milk to start me off, and the reason why is because milk, apparently, based on what they've actually printed in medical journals recently, um, well, recently being in the last year and a half to 2 years, it actually helps regulate your body's metabolism for men and women. Mostly for women more than men, but it works for both sexes, which is kind of great. And I've proven it that it does. That, and when you have a breakfast, you have less cravings throughout the whole day. Your body's getting its kick of energy for being down for 12 hours or 8 hours, depending on the amount of sleep that you took, or even less. And that's one great thing. Now, I've also learned that if you snack small snacks, like an apple or a small 10, 12 almonds, something that will be fiber laden more or less and less sweet and less processed, actually not processed, period. Your body tends to not pack on the weight because you're not adding in extra calories for absolutely no reason. Um, Dinner is always a very big dinner. I always bring something to satisfy my craving of food. Um, Nutritious as best. I always was serving vegetables if I can, and meat, or at least a form of protein, fish, rice with nuts, so on and so forth. Vegetable stir fry, something that I know that I'll eat it and I'll be satisfied with it by taste and by my stomach saying, "Hey, I'm not hungry anymore." I moved away from using uh, starchy processed foods such as white bread and white rice. I'm now using brown rice more than anything else, and whole grain breads, be it brown oatmeal, but it's mostly 12 grain Italian bread. Or my favorite is Knit the Dutch Baker here in one of our farmers markets. He actually makes some awesome 12 grain bread. So I've bought a loaf of it, which is about yay wide. Actually, you can't see it because it's actually quite big. It fits just in the fridge. And I'm going to start cutting it tomorrow to actually make myself toast. Big Texas style, gigantic slices. Um, but I used to weigh, um, as of last August, as of last July, I used to weigh 245 to almost 250 pounds. Today, and for the past few months, I've been carrying that weight, give or take. It's been anywhere between 180 pounds to 190, depending on what I have in my body, if my metabolism is running well or not. It tends to run, give or take, 3 pounds around 185. So I'm happy about what I have. I've lost weight. Unfortunately, I've also lost a lot of my clothing because it's just too flipping big. I mean, the first reaction was French Llama. I can't believe that I can't wear 3/4 of what I used to wear. I'm going to have to go buy an entire new wardrobe to be able to fit into my clothing, to actually dress. But actually, a lot of the tops that I'm using fit less snug. They fit well. They fit quite well. So I'm very happy about that. And there's no big secret. I used to be a big sweet eater. I used to dive into chocolate like there was no tomorrow. Ice cream, I'd be emptying buckets, like pints of ice cream, like this big to myself in almost 2 days. And I moved away from those. In fact, uh, everything happened when me and my wife separated. Um, I was going through a very bad road, and for some odd reason, that was kind of the switch that went click. I no longer crave sweets. I no longer crave anything. And in fact, it's very rare that I'll have myself dive into a bag of sweets. And if I do, it's usually a low-calorie licorice. They sell licorice Australian licorice types that are being made by President's Choice brands. Same with some that are made in New Zealand. But I try to bite into something that has some chew if I'm hungry, just before I actually eat supper or anything like that. So supper is always a lighter meal than dinner if I can do it. If not, I try to balance it out so that I don't overeat, because I usually don't get enough time to digest by the time I actually come down and do my YouTube and then head to bed. Like, it's 1:05 in the morning right now. I'm just about to head to bed, but I decided, hey, this is too compelling. I need to put my 50 cents worth into his particular comment box. But it's also a matter of feeling better all around, because I have more energy. I'm capable of waking up in the morning on a dime. I have less issues at work. I'm quite capable of concentrating more than I used to, because I have less fast food intake into my diet. And I'm happier. I'm much, much happier. But it's a little bit of my marriage of almost 8 years causing me to eat my emotions, also adding into this. But it's amazing what things happen to a person in their life that tends to have them go head over heels with the change and actually enjoy the change. I now cook for myself in a more healthier manner now also, as you've seen on my channel from my cooking vlogs, for those that actually follow my channel. And that's it. For all you folks that are struggling with their weight, if it's something that you absolutely cannot lose any weight from doing simple 30 minutes of walking activity per day and watching your calorie intake to avoid going over 2,000 to 2,100 depending on the body type that you have, you may want to seek the advice of a medical professional, because it may be something related to your thyroid or a slow metabolism. It may be other things too. It could be diabetes related, it could be another disease, it could be something else. You really don't know until you ask a doctor. They're there for you. As much as you decide to go out and actually go through diets, please beware, what I went through is not a diet, it's a simple tweak of lifestyle. If you're going on the diet, I seriously recommend you to consider consulting a medical professional before going on it, because if you suffer from anything that your body may not be aware of or that you're not conscious of, you may end up put yourself into jeopardy or put yourself into more strain than's worth for your weight loss. And even more so with a diet, you have to be careful. If it doesn't work well, you boomerang and you get the weight back twice fold. Trust me on that. I've tried the Atkins diet, I've tried Weight Watchers, I've tried Slim Fast, and that was when I was growing up as a teenager. It just didn't work with me. I've lost pounds, but then I gained it back up because I never changed the fact that I don't eat sweets anymore. I've moved away from pop, and the only time I drink it, if I drink it, is when I decide to order it out of compulsive disorder to actually get something to drink, and there's nothing else to drink that's worthwhile apart from tap water, which tastes god awful in some places. Same with sweets. I don't purchase sweets anymore. I don't bring them home. I will bake an apple cobbler or an apple crisp myself with my own ingredients, but it's entirely non-refined flour, non-refined brown sugar, and some large rolled oats or large instant oats or large oats, along with apples of my choosing inside a small cobbler sauce created from some lemon juice or some lime juice or some hopefully unsweetened fruit cocktail, just a smidge at the bottom. For those that want the recipe, it's available on my channel, by the way. Trust me. Try it for yourselves. You'll like it for your own body, but do some exercise. Watch what you eat. Eat a breakfast. Eat 2 small snacks, not more than a small handful of nuts, and it should do you well while you're eating your dinner and supper. Anyways, Pete, have a nice one.